Hello everyone. My name is Sadhna Kolle, and my student ID is FD41 underscore 470044. This is my project presentation video for the project of Spotify Data Analytics, which is actually held under the Constructbit project of SQL blog. So let's get started. I'm really excited to present my Spotify Data Analytics project where I explore the streaming data, streaming trends, artists, popularity, and the song attributes using SQL, Python, and Power BI. Through this project, I aimed to gain a deeper insight into how music consumption is actually helping the patterns which is evolved and how the data analytics can support the strategic decision in the music industry. So here let's move toward the understanding for the data set. So yeah. So here is the data set. Here the data set which is containing various attributes related to the Spotify songs, including the song ID, song title, and artist. Genre, which actually the category of the song, maybe it is pop, hip hop, or rock. Duration, which is in second, the length of the song, and the popularity scores, which is actually a numerical rating of the song of the popularity. The streams is actually saying us that the total number of the times the song has been played. The explicit content is actually telling whether the songs contain explicit content or not. The explicit content is actually the vulgar words, we can say them, bad words. Which is actually telling us a song is containing the bad words or not. Then the release date or release year, we can say that when exactly the song is actually released or launched. Then the labels is telling us the music company responsible for the publishing of the data. This column helped me to structure my analysis and define a key objective for the data-driven insight. So after doing some kind of a research on these columns, I moved toward the cleaning step, the pre-processing step. So let's get into the cleaning step. So yeah. Here is the data cleaning I have done. Before analysis, the data set required a significant cleaning. So handling missing values that like genre, popularity, and streams columns had the missing values, which were filled into the statistical imputation based on the similar songs. Next, the fixing the data inconsistency. Some genre names were written differently like hip hop versus hip hop underscores hip hop. So I standardize them using the regex transformation. And the removing the duplicates is very crucial. So several songs that have the duplicate entries, which I remove to ensure that the data is accurate. And these steps ensure the data was reliable and structured for the analysis. So these are the cleaning step I performed. And let's move toward the EDA analysis that I actually did. So for analyzing, before diving into the deeper analysis, I conducted the EDA to understand the patterns in music trends. And the key finding includes the most popular genre, pop, hip hop, electronic, dominating, etc. The streaming trends, a peak in the music consumption, which is the 2003, and the top artist, who is the top artist among all. Explicit content is actually telling us the how much data sets are songs are having the explicit content and how exactly the popularity is being distributed between the explicit and non-explicit content of these songs. So EDA allow me to find a relationship between the songs attributes and the popularity. For example, shorter the songs, generally perform better in the mainstream genres like pop, while longer duration were more actually more actually duration were more common in the jazz and classical music. So here are some ADA I performed on the same, and yeah, which is actually telling us, which is actually giving us a brief information about the overall data set. So here also um, in the Jupyter notebook also, I have written here what are the key insights. If I'm checking for the distribution of the song across the popularity, here I can get the what is the key insight for the same. So and the conclusion also, the majority of songs that having the medium popularity, while low and high popularity categories have slightly fewer songs. Popularity distribution fairly in is are enough across are fairly equal across all. So, yeah, this is the area that I have performed. Let's move toward the SQL integration. That SQL integration is very much important. And yeah, this is the documentation I would like to show you. Yeah. So to make the data analysis more effective, I stored the clean data set in the SQL tables. I wrote optimized queries for the insight. Some key SQL queries include like most top 10 most popular song. This query is actually retrieving the top 10 popular song categorized with the high in the popularity. So this is the query and this is the result I get from the same. And moreover, like average song duration, that is the which calculates the average duration of the song for each genre and order them with the largest to longest. So these are some queries that I have performed on the data set to get more insightful knowledge from the data. So like yearly songs released, etc. Explicit versus non-explicit counts, that how many songs are actually having the explicit content and how many songs are actually having no explicit content. So we can actually figure out that the popularity, which is depend on the explicit, or which is actually depend on the non-explicit, or maybe it is not that much dependent on that explicit and non-explicit content. So using SQL queries, I was able to quickly extract the meaningful insight without processing a large data set into the Python. So these are some queries that I have performed, and these are the particular result of the same. So here, let's move toward the Power BI presentation and the Power BI dashboard for the same data set that I have used. So this is the first cover page of the same. Let's move toward the next page. So here, this dashboard is actually telling us what are the streaming summary for the songs and all. So here we can say that the total streams is 2.51 trillion. This is represent the total number of streams across the songs in the data set. The total songs which are 50K, the total number of unique songs which is available in the data set. Average popularity, which is actually 50.78, and the average popularity scores of the all data set indicating how well the songs are actually received overall. The most streaming songs, here we can say that the development ones by the Catherine Andersons and which is from the folk genre is most streamed songs. And the most popular genre, electronic, which suggests the electronic music has the highest engagement of the people in that particular genre. So we can again. Then we can here we can see that the peak streaming year of the 2003 is the peak streaming year, and the lowest streaming year is 1999, which actually the year what the least number of the streams is happened. And here we can see here the particular graph, the line chart, visualize the trends of the average numbers of songs over the years. The green line actually represent the actual average streams per year, while the dotted purple trend line indicates the slight decline in decline in the streaming out over time. So there was a spike in the streams around the 1995 and 2003 and 2015. So while dips occurred in 2010 and 2016. So mhm, yes. So again, this the particular average popularity by genre. This chart represent the average popularity score by genre. The country 51.66 and the country 51.66. The folk is actually 51.46 are among the highest popularity. And the electronic, where is the electronic? Yeah, here is the electronic. Electronic is having the 50.85. Hip hop is having the 50.9, which has performed well. And following the classical with 49.64 and reggae, which 49.95, which is slightly lower than the popularity scores. So this analysis help us to understand which genre are more appealing to Spotify listener, which are the genre which is actually uh, more popular, we can say that. And here are the filters with the genres and release years for interactive elements or something. So from the overall dashboard, we can say that the streaming trends, while streaming trends at the peak of the 2003, there has been a slight decline in the average streams over the year. Most popular genre is the electronic music leads with the popularity. Most streamed songs is the folk songs, and the genre popularity is country, hip hop, and pop genre remains consistently in the popularity. So yeah. So let's move toward the next page or the next dashboard of ours. So yeah, that's it. Okay, so this dashboard is actually telling us the trends, popularity, and the explicit content analysis for our data set. So here we can see that the Catherine Anderson has the highest total streams over overall the popularity among all the artists in the data set. The total explicit songs are 25K, which is like nearly about 50%. There are 25,000 songs in the data set and that are labeled as the explicit. Explicit content percentage is actually the 50%, 50.17%, which is half of the songs and the data set contains at the explicit. Top 10, the top 10 most streamed songs. Here we can see that the bar in the presentation of the bar. Here I have used the colorful colors in the bar representation to ensure that the Spotify app itself contains colors in except a green and a black color. So that's why I use the color representation here. So the most streamed song is Fun, followed by the Wait and Dinner. Community has the 579 million streams, making it one of the top streamed song. The bar chart provides the comparison of the song popularity based on the total stream. Then we can see that the total stream record by the label. So here we can see that the 100%, but actually it doesn't it's not the 100%. Here we can see that the changeable uh, the actual distribution of the whole thing, that here we can see that 0.42, but it doesn't mean that it is actually the total things are the same. There are in the range of 4 to 4, that it is a range in a 4 to 4. So that's why the actual graphs are looking the same, so it is the 100%. But when we look at the numerical values, it is not actually the same. So here we can see that uh, the Dave John Music, Indie, Atlantic Records, Warner Music, Universal shows the 100% total stream, indicating that each label has the significant contribution to the total streaming numbers. This suggests that the dataset does not break down to the total stream into the percentage, but rather treats all the label equally in the total contribution, that as I have mentioned earlier. Then again, we can here say that some of the streams by the artists. The top artists by the total stream, the Michael Smith and the Michael Johnson are the top stream artists, followed by the closely by the David and David Jones and John Smith and Robert Phillip. It indicates that there are the artists which are highly popular and have a large listener base. So there are relatively even distribution way of the non-single artists dominate exclusively. So here the genre based duration, the average duration per genre, the is showing here that the range is having the four duration generation duration call, then explicit content percentage by the genre. The genre with the highest explicit content percentage, which is a rake, and here we can see here the percentage value for the highest explicit content, that which genre have the highest explicit content. And here are some filter that I have applied according to the label, genre, artist, and the explicit content, that if it is containing the explicit content or not. So here, let's move toward the next page of our dashboard. So here the dashboard is actually representing the future of the hits and the popularity trends with the forecasting. So here we can see that 0.3% is the actual growth of the streams, growth in the streams, which suggests that a stagnant and minimal growth in the streaming trend, indicating that the Spotify overall streaming numbers have not significantly increased in the given period of time. And the total sum of the streams is 6.04 billion. This is actually the total number of the streams captured in the data set, showing that the Spotify's vast user engagement. The popularity distribution by category is actually telling us the how much the categorized how much the popularity is categorized, that is in the low, high and medium. The equal distribution suggests that the Spotify music content does not have a single dominating category. Songs are spread evenly across the popularity levels. Implication, we can here it can implicate that the company should focus on the promoting the medium and the lower popularity song to boost the engagement of the revenue. And again, this the forecasting total streaming over time is actually the historical trends shows a steep rise in the streams in the late 1990s, followed by the consistent but the fluctuating trend until 2020. So sudden drop after the 2020. This could be due to the market, the sudden drops after the 2020. We can say that it is maybe due to the market saturation, competition, or such changes in the user behavior. Forecasting for the 2025 projection, the green line actually forecast the area shows slightly projection increased in the streams, indicating the possible recovery. However, the sharp dropped before we can say that the sharp drop before the 2025 is actually suggests the uncertainty and the potential risk in the Spotify's growth. The important insight for the company, the important insight we can say that the decline growth, the drop in the total streams in the past 2020 suggests that the user engagement challenges Spotify needs to explore new engagement strategies like AI dependent recommendation, and it leads to contained forecasting recovery. The small prediction rise in the streams suggests that the potential recovery, but not it is not at the rapid at the space. So I think the action should be taken for the Spotify. If I'm suggesting a particular thing, then Spotify should target the underperforming user segments that actually expand and emerging the market to improve the company. And since the growth is not exponential, we can say that it is not the exponential. The Spotify should diversify the revenue streams and focus on the more on the audio book, or maybe we can say that the live streaming, interactive contents, and something like that. Okay. So let's move toward the next graph, that is the genre-wise total stream across the popularity and the category. So here we can see that the electronic pop, hip hop are the most popular with the large or portion in the high popularity category. Lower stream genres like reggae, R&B, jazz, country, etc. So this genre could be the targeted niche for audience expansion throughout the personalized marketing and the regional perform and the promotion. And again, telling about the filters, here are the release date. We can categorize, we can filter the data using the release date, that where exactly the date, where exactly the song is released, and how actually the things are working here. Then genre, popularity category, and the label. So So this is the whole presentation of my project where I did the data cleaning part, the feature engineering part, the EDA process, the procedures, and then the SQL integration, the Power BI integration, and finally the storytelling of the whole data set and the action to be performed by the company for their um, good revenue maybe and to be sticked in the market position. So, talking about the challenges I faced is about that they handling the missing and inconsistent data, performing it, the issues in the Power BI, that is the unnecessary data and pre-aggregated data should be optimized, and so that's why it is lacked very much. So, and choosing the right feature for the analysis, the popularity categories, duration, classification, artist influence, etc. So, and the more important thing that I would like to mention here at the end of the project presentation is the future enhancement, expanding of the project. So, this project has the immense potential for the future improvement and for the future improvement. Okay. So this project is actually have the immense impact of the future influence. Is some ideas which are which I likely to include it in the same project, that is the real-time API integration connecting with the Spotify APIs to fetch the live streaming data, to know where exactly the artist is coming from, from the which country is coming from. Then the machine learning prediction is also we can do for the same data set, that using the AI models predict the song popularity based on this historical data. Using behavior analysis, the segmenting user based on the listening habits or the personalized recommendation, etc. And at last, I would like to conclude that yeah, this project was really fantastic learning experience of mine. It has a very good learning experience of mine, which allow me to apply the data cleaning, pre-procedure techniques, exploratory data analysis. Again, the feature engineering part, as my data has not that much enough columns in it to work along. And yeah, the SQL integration part was the good best part I would like to mention here, because it's the first time I'm doing the SQL integration, and the data and the efficient data handling is also the next thing. The Power BI interactive dashboard visualization, etc. So the most importantly, I learned how to translate the raw data into valuable business insights, a skill that is crucial in data analytics and decision making. So at last, I really thank to Masai for giving me this opportunity, and actually to know my caliber for the same project, that how much I can work on the project and how effectively I will present the project in front of the maybe the panelists or maybe the clients. And yeah, thank you so much for your time. I would like to hear your thoughts and any suggestion from your side. Thank you.